Hey everyone, ready to dive into some serious money saving strategies. Today we're tackling apps, those little things on your phone that can help you save big. We dug through articles from Dollar Sprout, The Penny Hoarder, a bunch from bestapp.com, even Millennial Money. But, and this is key, we don't want to just list apps. Right. We're going deeper, figuring out what makes each one unique, who it's perfect for, so you walk away knowing exactly which one to download. Sound good?
Sounds like a plan.
Awesome. All right, first up is one you've probably heard of, Acorns. It's all about investing your spare change automatically. Say you buy coffee, $2.50, Acorns rounds it up to $3, invest that extra 50 cents.
Yeah, it's like micro investing, right? You're not throwing down huge sums of money, just starting small, getting comfortable.
And they handle all the complicated stuff.
Exactly. Diversification,
Yeah.
making sure your money isn't all in one place. They take care of that for you, even with these tiny amounts.
Which is great, because who actually understands all that stuff anyway?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it costs $1 a month, but let's be real. You've probably got subscriptions you haven't even opened in months.
Oh, absolutely.
This is $1 they could actually grow, which is kind of cool. Okay, speaking of subscriptions, that's actually where our next app comes in, Rocket Money. It used to be called Truebill. Maybe that rings a bell.
Yeah, I remember them.
Anyway, this one is for, honestly, everyone who's ever felt like their monthly bills have just gotten out of control.
Oh, tell me about it. It's so easy to sign up for something, forget to cancel, and suddenly you're paying for 3 streaming services you don't even use.
Right. It's the worst.
But that's what's cool about Rocket Money. It helps you wrangle all that in, identifies those forgotten subscriptions, even negotiates lower bills for you.
Really.
Yeah, it's wild.
Like having a personal assistant for your bills.
Basically. They do take a percentage of any savings they find.
Okay, that makes sense.
But a lot of times, it's a significant amount. You end up saving way more than you would have otherwise.
So it could be worth it in the long run.
Exactly.
All right, ready for an app that makes saving, dare I say, fun?
Oh, I'm intrigued.
Let's talk Capital. This one's all about gamifying your finances, turning good habits, like not buying that second latte, into rewards. So picture this. You're about to splurge, but then you're like, nah, I'm good, and bam, Capital sees that and automatically transfers like $5 into your savings goal.
Oh, that's clever. Like positive reinforcement, right?
Exactly.
Instead of feeling deprived when you save, you're actually getting a little reward.
It's pretty neat.
They even have these things called money missions. They're like personalized saving challenges.
Oh, interesting. Like what kind of challenges?
You'll have to check it out. Don't want to spoil the surprise.
All right, keeping me in suspense. Okay, let's switch gears a bit. I want to talk about Chime. It's an app, but it's also kind of shaking up the whole banking scene.
Oh, yeah. Chime is a great example of a neobank. Basically, it's a digital-first platform challenging those old-school institutions we're all used to.
And they usually come with way fewer fees.
Well, you got it. No minimum balance requirements either.
Which is a game changer for a lot of people.
Absolutely.
Plus, Chime's got this automatic savings thing.
Oh, yeah. That's a nice feature.
You set it up once, and it scrolls away a little bit from each paycheck without you even thinking about it.
Exactly. It just kind of happens in the background.
Effortless saving.
Exactly. Now, it is worth noting, with neobanks, they're awesome for everyday stuff. But they might not have all the bells and whistles of a traditional bank.
Right, got to keep that in mind.
Always about finding what works best for you.
True. Okay, what if I told you there's an app that acts like a personal AI assistant for your finances?
Now you've got my attention.
That's Digit. It's constantly analyzing your spending, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then it just automatically sets aside these small amounts that it's determined are safe to save. So you're not going to be left short.
Oh, that's smart.
Right. It's like having a little financial guardian angel looking out for you.
I like that. And what's really cool is that it can actually help you tackle debt, too.
Oh, tell me more.
It figures out your income, expenses, and then it can automatically throw extra money at your loans, helping you pay them down way faster.
That's amazing, especially if you've got those high-interest ones. That can make a huge difference.
Absolutely.
Okay, but got to throw this out there. With any automated system, got to be careful, right?
Of course.
Always good to check in, make sure it's actually lining up with your goals, not just running on autopilot forever.
Couldn't agree more.
All right, ready to enter the world of cashback rewards.
Let's do it.
Because Ibotta is here to put some money back in your pocket just for buying the things you'd buy anyway.
I love those kinds of apps. Like,
Okay.
why not get rewarded?
Exactly.
So Ibotta, they work with tons of stores, right?
Hundreds. We're talking groceries, online shops, everything.
And you get cash back on specific items. So you're not just randomly getting pennies back. It's like strategic shopping, but with rewards.
It is. It is. You just scan your receipt
Yeah.
or shop through their app and boom, cash back. You can even get gift cards sometimes.
Oh, that's nice.
It's true. It's basically like getting paid to shop, which who wouldn't want that?
Seriously, sign me up.
But here's the thing, and this is what I find interesting. It's like we're moving toward this cashback economy
Probably.
where it's almost expected to get something back just for buying things.
Right.
It makes you wonder, though, are we actually spending more just because we're chasing those rewards?
That's the danger, right?
It's a slippery slope
It's like cashback apps can be amazing if you're using them strategically.
for things you'd already be buying anyway.
Exactly. But if you're like suddenly buying things you don't need just to get that cash back.
Then you're not really saving.
Exactly.
Good point. Good point. Okay, speaking of smarter shopping, let's talk about Capital One Shopping. So this one's a browser extension. It's like having a personal discount code hunter working for you 24/7.
Oh, I like the sound of that.
Right. So imagine you're about to check out online, and bam, Capital One Shopping pops up. Tells you if there's a better price somewhere else, or even better, it just automatically applies a discount code.
No more searching for those coupon codes.
No more. It's amazing. You just shop like normal, and the savings come to you.
It's like magic. But gotta say, it does make you realize how reliant we're becoming on browser extensions, especially for online shopping.
True, true. And are there downsides? What are we trading for that convenience?
Right, that's the thing. Sometimes these extensions, they're collecting data, like what you're browsing, what you're buying.
Ooh, yeah, that's a good point.
And that data, it's valuable. It can be used for targeted ads, even sold to other companies.
So it's always good to check the permissions you're giving these extensions, read their privacy policies.
Absolutely. Transparency is key.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, enough about shopping. Let's talk investing. And specifically, an app that's perfect if you're just starting out. Stash.
I've heard of them. They're supposed to be really beginner friendly.
They are. And you can literally start with $1.
Seriously.
$1.
Wow.
I know. It's wild.
So what makes them so different?
Well, they combine saving and investing all in one place.
Oh, interesting. So you don't need a separate app for everything.
Exactly. You can put money aside, just like a regular savings account, but then you can also choose to invest some of it in stocks or ETFs.
Now, ETFs, that's where I get a little lost. Can you refresh my memory?
Totally. Think of them like baskets of stocks or bonds.
Uh-huh.
They track a specific part of the market, so you're automatically diversified.
Oh, right. So it's less risky than just putting all your eggs in one basket.
Exactly. It's like built-in risk management. Plus, Stash, they do a good job of explaining all this stuff in a way that actually makes sense.
That's huge because, let's be real, financial jargon can be intimidating.
The worst. Okay, one more app before we move on. Honey. It's another one that's all about effortless savings.
Oh, yeah, like the coupon code thing?
Yep. It's a browser extension, kind of like Capital One Shopping, automatically finds and applies those codes at checkout.
So do you use one or the other? Or both?
You know, I've tried both, and honestly, they both have their pros and cons. Honey has this massive database of coupon codes.
I feel like I've seen their commercials.
Right. They're everywhere.
But they both do basically the same thing, right?
Pretty much. Although, Honey also has this cool feature called Drop List.
Drop list? What's that?
Okay, so say you find something online, you love it, but it's not on sale.
The worst.
The worst. You add it to your drop list, and Honey will actually keep an eye on it and let you know if the price drops.
Oh, that's amazing.
Right.
It's like having your own personal shopper, but for online deals.
Exactly. Okay, before we wrap up, I want to circle back to relationships and money.
The age-old struggle.
Because earlier we talked about Twine, and I wanted to dig into that a bit more, how it can help couples, manage their finances together.
Yeah, that's a big one. And it's interesting to see how these apps are evolving to meet the needs of modern couples.
Right, like acknowledging that not everyone wants to merge bank accounts or anything.
Exactly. Some couples, they're all about that shared everything approach, but others, they want to keep some things separate, and that's totally valid too.
Totally. So how does Twine handle that?
Okay, so with Twine, you can create shared savings goals, like, say, a down payment on a house, a big vacation, whatever you're working towards.
Makes sense.
But, and this is key, it allows for separate accounts and contributions. So you're still working towards that shared goal, but you've got that financial autonomy.
So it's like a modern take on the whole money jar system.
Exactly. But with way more features and technology behind it.
I like it. It's about finding that balance, right?
Exactly.
It's like having your cake and eating it too. You get to work towards those big goals as a couple.
But still have that sense of individuality when it comes to your money. Important stuff.
It really is. Okay, we covered a ton today, from like investing spare change with acorns,
Keep getting cash back on groceries with Ibotta.
even figuring out how to save better as a couple with Twine.
It's a lot.
It is. But that's kind of the point, right? There are so many tools out there now. It's about find the ones that click for you. So as we wrap up, what stuck with you? Was there an app, a feature, anything that made you go, ooh, I need to check that out?
That's the cool thing about this. There's no one right answer, right? It all comes down to your own needs, your goals, even your personality,
100%.
Mm.
And speaking of, finding what works for you, something we touched on earlier that I think is super relevant here, all this technology, it's amazing, right? It can automate our savings, track our spending, even pick investments for us sometimes.
It's crazy how much it can do.
Right. But then it makes you wonder, are we giving up too much control?
That's the big question, isn't it? Like, yeah, we've got these amazing tools, but we still got to be in the driver's seat, ultimately.
Right.
We can't just set it and forget it. We got to understand how these apps work, what data they're using, how our information factors into all of this.
It's about being empowered by this technology.
Not just controlled by it.
Such a good point. It's like a partnership, right?
Yeah.
We use these tools to our advantage, but never blindly.
Exactly.
Always check in with yourself. Is this app actually helping me? Or am I letting it make decisions I'm not fully on board with?
Those are the questions.
Right. All right, everyone. That's it for our deep dive into money-saving apps. We threw a lot at you today.
We did.
But hopefully you learned a thing or two. Maybe you found a new app to try. And most importantly, feel ready to take charge of your finances. Until next time.